Okay, my mom has a 2002 Chevy Suburban, and it just got back from Meineke that she sent it there, and they charged her $960. First off, they said they did a tire rotation, which they didn't because I have 2 off-road tires in the front and 2 regular street tires in the back, and I know they haven't moved whatsoever. That's a lie. Secondly, they said they changed oil. It does look like there's fresh oil in it, but the filter is not a new one because I installed the last filter on it. Then this is the best part right here. Tune-up labor, $775. Okay, and then also oil pan gasket housing, $185. So I'd like to take a look at this work supposedly done. I'm gonna get some nice light too because they just ripped my mom off, and this is bullshit. So, first off, it said that the oil pan was removed. It's leaking oil from right there. So it's leaking oil, fresh oil, out of it. But the worst part is, he told me that the front end had to come off, all the wheels, everything, to get the oil pan off. Now, I don't know about you, but check out all this work. Is this any work done at all? And right here, there's a stripped out bolt that's not even there. Or not stripped, or it's just not there. So it was, if this was taken off, which I don't believe it was, because look at this. I mean, it's just, no one's touched this in a long time. If I touch this at all, right, which you would have to at least get your hand in here whatsoever, there would be marks. There's no marks of handwork anywhere. None of these bolts have been off ever. Now, the oil is coming out of everywhere. So the oil pan gasket was removed. Well, these oil, why is there so much oil coming out of it? Or the oil pan gasket was changed. Now those bolts do not look like they have ever been touched whatsoever. I'll try and get a good shot of it so you can see. I'll wipe my finger on it and it changes the color of the bolt, because this one right here, there is no way that that bolt has been touched ever. Oil pissing out of it. They said that they changed. So all this came off. Look at all the oil coming out of all this, which is different, but they said that all this had to come off in order to do the oil pan gasket. Well, that sure looks like it's never been touched. Either is that. None of this stuff has come off in years, if ever. Look at all that oil just pissing out of it. So the transfer case, she said he sealed, hasn't been touched. There's not, no, this is stock. So I don't believe anything was done, because if you had to do the oil pan, you would have to bolt it here, here, drop it here. All this would have to come off, but none of this would be leaking. But maybe you could have replaced it. Let's give it the very benefit of the doubt, which to me, I'm not. But let's just say you actually did do the oil pan seal. Would you leave work like this? I mean, no one's hands touched when in here and tighten those bolts. Clearly that bolt is gone, so I don't know what kind of work you're doing, but oh, look at that. That's really nice. Right on. That's a good quality job right there. Oh, this is so irritating. Beyond belief. $960. They charged my mom $960. Drove her car at night because it wasn't there, and didn't actually do the work. They dropped the oil and then put new oil in it. So they did all this shit. They didn't do anything. So here's what has to happen. I don't trust bringing the car back there at all, because I've done a lot of work on this thing. It may not look like it, but I've replaced all these gaskets. First he told me they did the valve cover seal, and it was way back here, which I checked it right in front of him, and it's never been, I changed it and it's not leaking, and that's not a new gasket. No way. So he backpedaled and said, this something else. It lied the whole time and was trying to get out of here so that way it wouldn't get caught in the lies. Look at this. This thing was just hanging out. This is the engine oil dipstick. Incredible. Tell me this again, so that way.
The very first time I had the work done,
Yeah.
they had it for 2 or 3 days, and it wasn't in the bay at night when I went by there at night.
Or during the day?
Not sure. I was
you
working.
went to Dunkin' Donuts.
I was working, so I don't know.
Alright. So.
But it wasn't there at night, so they must have taken the car home with them. And then over the weekend, they did supposedly some more work on the the problem with four-wheel drive, and they were supposed to bring the car back to me on Monday. Today's Tuesday. It wasn't in the bay last night.
And it wasn't in the parking lot.
And it wasn't in the parking. Never in the parking lot, ever.
And there's nowhere else they can put it, so they must have taken it.
Right, they took it. They definitely took it. I remember thinking that to myself.
Unbelievable. All right, so now I got to go record the work, or supposed work that they did for $960.